Hi, good evening, Andy. Thanks so much for joining us today. We're back at Dispelix, and I've been tasked with just interviewing a number of the leadership team, and we're excited that you've joined the organization. I know that there's a lot of people that the name is new to Finland and to the US. So I understand you have, over 16 years experience in the semiconductor business and a big, great background in sales and marketing. So if you'd be so kind, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, good morning, Julie. I think that's good. I'm appreciated very much for this chance to introduce myself. And I just joined Dispelix for 2 months. And before Dispelix, I spent almost 16 years in the semiconductor world, from the standard products, components. Then I moved to some specialized technology companies who facing, the touch screen controller. And in the latest 5 years, I spent 5 years in the FPC. It's a semiconductor company for the fingerprint technology. So you can see my career has been in the high tech, related semiconductors and the mobile terminals and the telcos. Yes, that's my background. And for the position I covered for the mega account, I manage, the regional sales team and also some marketing roles in the past. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I know everybody that I've spoken to at Dispelix is so excited to have you, and we're excited to launch, the Asian markets and have you lead that task. So it's great. I know, you've been busy for the last 2 months and kind of just getting all involved in augmented reality and the technology. I'm sure you're meeting with a lot of partners. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what people are most interested in with AR and MR?
Yes, I think since the first day I joined this company, I feel very exciting about this industry and this company. Before the join firmly on board, I already, joined the AWE night in Shanghai on behalf of Dispelix, and also as some, a new players in the industry. And in the event, I feel very warmly welcomed by the industry after they heard that I will join Dispelix for the waveguide. Yeah, so I think that is very good starting for me as a new player. And back to the waveguide, back to the Dispelix, I think the most motivation for me is that because this company can provide the essential, diffractive optical waveguide technology for the AR. I think this is very important for the user experience, such as the display in the mobile phone. So I feel this is have a huge potential in the future. So I decided, to move this totally new territory for me. Yeah, and I spent almost 2 months here, and I'm quite busy. And internally, the company has provided me great training to let me know the culture, the products, and getting familiar with the stakeholders around me. And externally, I think I have the chance to meet the new people, new industry partners, customers, even the investors. Yeah, I think it can be said that the Dispelix is quite a great platform for me, and which already greatly, I think, expand and improve myself. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you're busy. I'm in other meetings, and I hear Auntie and Yusi talking about different meetings that being set up, and I know there's a hunger and an interest over there. So we are so happy that you've joined and are able to have those conversations with all the right people. It is an exciting time at Dispelix. I know. Speaking of new territory, I every once in a while I'll see your son son pop up into a meeting. So you're,
Yes.
you're busy with your son as well. How old is he?
Yes. My family and I live in Shanghai, and we have a 4 years old boy who is very naughty, as you see. I think like most Chinese families, and we are paying more and more attention to the parent-child relationships. So I spend a lot of time with him and with my wife together every week, especially for the weekend. Yeah, I think, but after joining this company, I feel, I'm quite busy, even more busier than my previous job. And since the company, the Chinese subsidiary is in the setup process, so I have to take care of everything. So large or small. So I think I need to try to balance my work and my family better. Yeah.
I know it's a tough process. It's not an easy job for sure, especially with everything going on. But I love to see your son pop up, and it's great, and it's always I think parenthood braces us for everything else, right? Those children are always throwing us a curveball or a new challenge that we have to overcome. So it's always great to see that. Well, I know that a lot of the talk has been, especially recently, is been how we can interact with our customers more. And I know you've been front and center with client meetings and partners, and that's been great, and I think the world needs more of that. And as we go into this next kind of busy or unfortunate wave in COVID, I know that everybody's asking still, well, are we still going to be able to see you at AWE? Is AWE still happening? And I think as far as we know, AWE is a go for the end of September, and you're planning on being there. Is that correct?
Yes. I think most of the customers are looking forward to meet each other. Yes, you are right. I think COVID is still some certain level impact for the whole world, especially in China, for the business travel. But I think I'm trying to overcome it. I think generally speaking, the COVID control in mainland China is quite good. I think the government has, after 2 years, almost 1.5 years, and the government has formed a set of, effective way, the management, method to control it. And unless there is some certain outbreak in some places, but most of the time, I think people is freely to travel to the city what we are going to. Yeah, so I think in fact I resumed the business trip from last year, March or April, very early. Yes. So I think after joining Dispelix, I have traveled to Shenzhen area twice, and I also have been some cities nearby Shanghai, like Ningbo, and I think this week I'm going to Hangzhou. Yeah, okay. So not a big trouble for me. I think I have found a way to overcome it. Yes.
That's great. That's really great news. I think everyone is, everyone that I've come into meet has been happy to actually meet, instead of be on Zoom. So it's been nice. And I know it's the end of September. You'll be there. You're planning on meeting different clients as well. Yes. And, there'll be different demos available, or, information on our wearable. Are you hearing from some of your, partners and maybe some of the prospects that you're speaking to? Do you have hear more interest in micro LED or laser or DLP? Is there any or is it just across the board? It just depends on what project the partner's building. Any insight there?
Yes, I think AirBNS and MicroLED have received a lot of attention in the market. I think the main reason is that these two solutions can provide the smaller size of the projector for the display systems in the AR glasses, which is very sensitive about the light and the weight and the form. Yeah. So I think both of the solutions are but they are still in the way to improved and optimized. So we're looking forward to have our partners for these two projector solution providers can have some breakthroughs in the near future. But as Dispelix, we are ready to make us compatible with them, to generate the perfect display user experience for the AR glasses.
Yeah, wonderful. I was interested to hear if you guys are hearing that on your side. We are too over here in the US. Everyone, well, I wouldn't say everyone, but a large number of our partners and possible prospects are looking at the form factor and are really focusing on the user right now. And so I wanted to see if that was the same over there. And it's just interesting to see all the different projects that people are starting to develop. But yeah, you definitely, I think, are feeling the same thing that we're feeling here in the US, that people are really focused on the form factor. They're focused on, a desirable wearable, and Dispelix certainly can provide that with our waveguides. Well, thanks so much for spending some time with us today. We didn't want to take too much of your time. I know you're busy, but we are going to be at AWE at the end of September. For more information on that, go to our website at www.dispelix.com. And for more information on Andy or myself, you can always find us there at info@dispelix.com. And we're happy to serve you. Thanks so much, guys. We'll be talking to you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.